Something that I do to help the environment is using reusable water bottles. They're affordable, you can get them in any supermarket or sports shop, and they really do make such a change, such an impact on how much plastic I would use. According to Greenpeace, 12.7 million tonnes of plastic get dumped in the ocean every year, and that's about one truck full every minute. I think if you just pick one thing and really focus on just doing that, making it a simple habit, that we all could really make a change.
The simplest things I do on a daily basis to reduce my carbon footprint is just walking or cycling to as many places as I can. And then when I can't walk or cycle, I take public transport. I also ordered my first moon cup, so I'm very excited about that, just because I don't know, for one person to produce so much waste through tampons and pads, it just seems so unnecessary to me. And then I also want to advocate recycling. Like in college, I see so many people, including myself often, just throwing your rubbish into the nearest bin to you, and it's just so silly because all you have to do is just take an extra 10 steps and there's usually a recycling bin right there. So I think those tips would make the world of a difference if you incorporated them into your daily routine.
I'm just going to talk about some really small changes you could make in terms of like kind of cosmetics / toiletries, just to help with the amount of plastic and stuff you buy, trying to reduce that. So like the first thing would be to stop buying bottled shower gel, shampoo and conditioner. So instead, recently I've been using like bars of soap for shower gel. Like they do the same job, they keep you clean, they last longer, because if you're anything like me, by the time you pump the shower gel into your hand, turn your back, it's down the drain. So they're really great, really cheap and affordable, and you can get them without packaging, or you can get them with packaging like cardboard you could recycle, and you can bulk buy as well. Next thing would be is bars of shampoo soap. Lush do loads. They do great ones for different hair types, and they're all really good natural ingredients, and they give you these wee tins to keep them in, so you don't have to worry about leaving it at the side to get all mushy. But I would show you mine, but it's coming to an end now, so it's not looking too great, but again, lasts a really long time. And the next thing would be something that I bought recently is a bamboo toothbrush. There's this really good website called zerowasteclub.com, and they sell these bamboo toothbrushes, and what's really good about them, they come in different colors, but you can take the head off, so when you're done with it, you don't have to buy a whole new toothbrush. You can just get a new head, and you can it shows you how you can recycle it. You can leave them like suggestions as well for different things you like to see on the website, and if you leave them a review, you get a free bamboo straw. The last thing I would say is to try and avoid buying makeup wipes and cotton pads, because they don't break down as well or whatever, but instead for taking off your makeup, like muslin cloths are really great. And also you can get reusable cotton pads, so you can just fire them in the wash machine. I know it's a bit more of a hassle, but in the long term it's gonna be good for the environment. So yeah, that's it for me. If you even make one of those small changes, then you're already on your way to helping save the planet. So yeah.
Another thing that I do is I bring these green aware bags with me in my handbag at all time. So this is what they look like here. So these bags will turn to compost within 4 to 6 weeks. And they're great for if you're picking up fruit or veg. As you can see, they're really small, they're really compact, so they fit in your bag very easily. We use them at home as well for any food waste that we have. And I have noticed that a couple of the supermarkets now are bringing them in to replace the plastic bags that you would get your fruit and veg in. So I think, if more people started to use them and started to say to their supermarkets, we don't want all this packaging, then they would start to listen. So that's just a little tip that you can do. You can get these anywhere as well. You can get them in most of the supermarkets. So another thing that I would do is I don't buy plastic bags when I'm out. So if I'm going grocery shopping, I'll always bring a tote bag or 2 tote bags in my handbag. They're only cloth, so they fold up really easily. They don't take up any space, and it just means that you're not paying towards buying any more plastic. Then what I also use, if I can get it together here, is a little cup called a Stojo cup. So as you can see, it's really small, it's really compact. I bring that with me rather than buying cups of tea or coffee when I'm out, just paper cups. Again, it's waste. So this I bring with me everywhere. So as you can see, it folds up like that. You pop it out when you want to fill it, and it's just really, really handy to carry around, and you'll see lots of different brands of these on the market at the minute. In terms of how the business contributes towards the environment, we don't print as much as we used to. We used to always have model comp cards. Each model would have about 30 of them to bring with them and give to clients. So what we're trying to do now is cut back on them entirely and only send them in PDF and digital form to clients. So most clients have been very understanding about the fact that we don't want the models to be carrying them around all the time, because it is just waste at the end of the day. And it's great because it just means that because everything is online now, in terms of printing and everything, we don't even need to do that much. So we only really print when completely necessary. Another thing that we do at Distinct Model Management is, I watched a documentary about a year or two ago that was made by Leonardo DiCaprio called Before the Flood, and that really opened my eyes to the environment and to how we can protect it for the next generation. So at the end of the documentary, there's a link and it explains how you can go and make a voluntary contribution to what they call carbo tax. So it's not a real tax, but it's just you putting money to environmental causes. So it basically estimates how many CO2 emissions your country is releasing on a yearly basis. So Ireland would have quite high CO2 emissions because we have a lot of livestock. So I think on average it's 8.4 tons of pollution, carbon pollution, that we're actually releasing every year. So for me, it's just at the end of the year, I'm already doing taxes, I'm doing accounts, and they're going to the revenue, and this is a nice way of putting something aside, putting it towards the environment at the end of the year. So that's something that, people can look at as well. If you Google it, it's just called carbo tax, and you can do an estimate for what your country is. So they would just be a few tips from me.
Environmental tip which I want to share with all of you is this new one that I found, and it's, instead of using Google, using this web search engine called Ecosia. So it's exactly like Google. You search anything up as you would on Google, and every time you make a search, a tree is planted. So it's amazing. I mean, if you make a few searches a day, let's say 10 trees are planted. And Ecosia afford to do this by placing really small ads at the top of each time you make a search. So it's really simple and an easy way in which you can incorporate into your daily life to help the environment. Here is my laptop, and here you can see that I've opened up my Internet Explorer and Ecosia has popped up. It's actually really cute. You can see the little graphics of trees and animals down here, and then here there's a count of trees being planted. So look, it's like growing by the minute. Ecosia, so this is the link, www.ecosia.org. And over in the top right, you can see how many trees that have been planted as a result of me. 136. So that's how many searches I've made. I'm still new to this, but I'm gonna keep going.